Hey Joe, it's Folks here. If you are starting a print-on-demand store and you want to see an example of a really profitable and successful print-on-demand store, then this video is for you. This is a print-on-demand store that I found in my research, and every so often here on my channel, I like to show really amazing and successful print-on-demand stores here. So that way, if you are starting yours and you want to see examples of stores that are using social media marketing to make sales, you'll be able to watch these videos. So if that sounds like something that would be helpful, definitely make sure to subscribe. This store here primarily sells print-on-demand wall art, and they have over 17,000 verified reviews from the Luke's app. To put this in perspective for you, if just 1 out of 5 of their customers actually leave a review, they would have close to 100,000 customers, which means they've likely made millions of dollars in sales and in profits. To make these sales, they are primarily running ads on Facebook, as you can see here inside of the Meta Ads library, where they're basically just promoting their canvas designs to people in their niche by setting up these ads. In the video today, we're going to take a look at this. We're also going to dive into their most popular designs, as well as what supplier they could be using to sell these items. If you are just getting started with building your own store and selling products on social media and you want to go through some more training, I do have a free print-on-demand course. It is called POD for Dummies. There is a link down in the description. Inside are over 30 videos showing you how to build your store and get started with social media marketing. Like I said, it is completely free and there is a link down in the description. In the video today, we're going to take this in 3 separate parts. First, we're going to go behind the scenes and take a look at this store. We're going to talk through what they're actually doing, how their store is set up, what products they're selling, and potentially what supplier they could be using. Next, we're going to jump in and take a look at their social media marketing. We're going to talk about how they are using Facebook ads and also potentially Instagram influencers to sell their items. And lastly, if you stay to the end, I'm going to give you my #1 Facebook ads tip that should be helpful if you are trying to market products in the same way that this store is. Now, this here is obviously a niche-based store. They are focusing primarily on Christians. The name of the store is ChristFollowerLife.com, and they sell many different print-on-demand items, everything from wall art to phone cases and mugs, and even some apparel options as well. However, it does seem to be that their primary item is the print-on-demand wall art. We can tell that because those are the only items they are actually running ads for on Facebook and on Instagram. And if we look at their most recent reviews, we can see that they are basically only for their print-on-demand wall art, which tells us that this is in fact their star product. In terms of their design, some of them are very simple, some of them have a graphic with some text on it, and some of them are also personalized. This option here allows the customer to actually put a name on the product right here. They can personalize it with any name. This is a 12x8 canvas that they are selling for $49.95. Now, obviously, many print-on-demand suppliers carry print-on-demand wall art. One that I have used before is what we're going to focus on in this video today. The print-on-demand company Shine On right here has a really great canvas at an awesome price. I also think they have some really great mock-ups as well. These mock-ups right here are definitely going to be good for showcasing a piece of wall art, or even something like this here that does not have a model in it would be a good option. You can see that Shine On's 12x8 size costs us as a seller $13. If we were to sell it at the $49.99 like the print-on-demand store we're looking at today, we're going to be profiting over $30 per sale, which is definitely a healthy profit margin. If you wanted to check out Shine On, I do, like I said, have a free print-on-demand course. Inside of the free print-on-demand course, POD for Dummies, I go through and demonstrate the creation of a product within the Shine On app. There is a link down in the description. Now, in terms of social media, this print-on-demand store definitely does a good job. You can see here on their Facebook page, they have over 30,000 followers. Inside of their page bio here, it does say that they have over 100,000 happy customers, which is what I had estimated earlier. And you can see that they are posting quite frequently. This most recent post here was from 50 minutes ago. They also had another post 8 hours ago. They are posting daily here, various images that people inside of their niche would resonate with. They also have lots of different product promotions like this here. Now, one thing that you can do that I'm not sure if you knew you could actually do is you could spy on the ads that a store is running. If you find their Facebook page, simply go to the About tab right here inside of the group menu and then click on Page Transparency. If the store is running ads, it will say this page is currently running ads. Any print-on-demand store, if you find their Facebook page, you could do this and you could see see all of the actual ads that they are running. All we have to do from here is click on See All and then click on Go to Ads Library. The ads library is this window here, and you can basically scroll through and you can see all of the active ads that a print-on-demand store is running. This print-on-demand store is running dozens and dozens of ads promoting their wall art items. We're going to continue to break them down in a moment. Again, I just wanted to show you how cool the Facebook ads library is, because once you find a store, you can get a little bit of a sense on what products are doing well for them. So this ad here launched in October of 2024, which tells us that if they've been active for the last 6 months or so, these are likely going to be some of their best selling designs. One thing to note about them is they do have a pretty good mix of just simple mock-up images like these here, and also what look like some photos from some of their customers. Essentially saying, if you wanted to replicate this strategy, doing a mix of real photos and some mock-ups would be a good thing. Here on my channel, I typically will also make some videos showing some of the things that I have done with my own print-on-demand stores, and using real photos inside of the marketing is definitely something I have talked about here on the channel. I often will order a sample of my print-on-demand designs and create my own photos and my own videos showing those products, because I find that having a mix of computer-generated mock-ups and real photos that people can actually see what the product looks like in real life definitely help you to make more sales. They do have a couple of ads on here though that do seem to be videos. If we click into the ad here, we can press play and we can watch it. Basically right here, it just looks like a couple of different scenes that they have on some of their wall art, and the point would be to sell their product. That's why here in like the fourth slide, it shows one of their items. Anybody inside of their niche that came across this in both their Facebook and their Instagram news feed would likely become interested in buying something like this because it showcases the product well. You can see up here in their ad copy, they have kept it pretty brief. They have a couple of features about their product, and then they have a Shop Now button on the ad as well. Any ad that you're looking at inside of the ads library will tell you which platforms it is running on. You can see that this one here is both on Facebook and on Instagram. They're also running a couple other ads as well. Ultimately, they're likely seeing a lot of their traffic coming from the Facebook and the Instagram ads. As I mentioned earlier as well, inside of the POD for Dummies course, I do have a beginner section on Facebook ads. So if any of this is going right over your head, make sure to check that out. Like I said, the POD for Dummies course is completely free, and there's a link down in the description. Or you can watch this video here. I did upload it a couple of weeks ago, breaking down a full social media marketing strategy for 2025. What I would say, if you are getting started with social media marketing and you're looking at this print-on-demand store that we're taking a look at today, and you're trying to figure out how you could do something similar, I do have 2 key tips for you. The first would be to start with a low budget. Sometimes people get into running ads on Facebook and on Instagram, and they think that they need to crank the budget up to have any success at all. Every single ad that I launch starts at just $1 per day. In my experience, starting slow and slowly sort of scaling up as sales begin to come in is the key to success with ads. Sometimes I see people get started with running an ad and they set it immediately to $50 a day or something like that. And what ends up happening is in just a couple of days, if they have no sales, they've spent almost their entire marketing budget, which kind of brings me to tip number 2, which is to treat your social media marketing journey as just that, a journey. If you are jumping in to running your first Facebook ad and you are expecting to make your first 10 or 20 or 30 sales within your first couple of days, you are likely setting yourself up for some sort of disappointment. Making sales on social media is not easy. Making print-on-demand sales anywhere is not easy. And if you are trying it for the first time, you are likely not going to become rich. I have seen many people do well with print-on-demand. I personally have had lots of print-on-demand stores since 2016, and I have sold lots of print-on-demand items, but I have never once been successful on day one with a new store that I was launching. The point here is that there is usually some sort of a trial and error period with every single print-on-demand store that I've ever had, and the same will definitely be true for you if you are trying to do some of the things that I've talked about today, or some of the things that I talk about inside of the POD for Dummies course. Like I said, that course is completely free. It's designed to show you how to get started with your store. I've got video training in there showing you how to build a store very similar to the one that we looked at today. I also go through and show you how to create all of your social media accounts, so that way you can get started with all of your social media marketing. Honestly, this store here does have a lot of success. They have made close to 100,000 sales, but they are not doing anything here that is out of reach for anybody getting into print on demand. At the end of the day, this is a very simple store. They have some very simple designs as well. They have just likely done a lot of testing, and based on the way that they are running their ads, they have identified what works well for their niche, and they've doubled down on that. That would be my advice for you if you were getting into print on demand. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions at all, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.